Hello everyone, welcome to Chem Analysis. This is my third video on quantum chemistry. I have previously uploaded 2 lectures on this topic. If you have not watched that lectures, then click at the I icon. You will get the link of the previous lectures. In this video, I will mainly solve some difficult and important questions from quantum chemistry. So let's start this question answer session. This first question came in GATE 2017 for 2 marks. It is asked that we have to calculate the angle of orientation of the angular momentum vector with respect to z axis for L is equal to 2 and ML is equal to plus 2. Now we have to just know the formula that if the angle is theta between the angular momentum vector with respect to z axis, then the formula for a given value of L and ML, that is cos theta is equal to ML divided by root over L into L plus 1. Just we have to put the value of ML and L, we can calculate the angle theta. It is very easy question. Here ML is equal to plus 2 and value of L is equal to plus L is equal to 2, so it will be 2 by root 6, and the value of theta will be cos inverse 2 by root 6. If you calculate the value from calculator, you will get that the angle is 35.30 degree. That is the angle between the angular momentum vector with respect to z axis is 33.30 degree. The next question came in GATE 2018 for 2 marks. It is given that for a molecule xy, psi x and psi y denote normalized atomic orbitals of atoms x and y, and a normalized molecular orbital of xy is given as psi plus is equal to 0.56 into psi x plus psi y. The value of overlap integral of psi x and psi y we have to calculate. Since this psi plus is a normalized molecular orbital for xy molecule, that means from the condition of normalized wave function we can write that psi plus into d tau is equal to 1. Now if we put the value of psi plus, then it will be and if we multiply the whole term, we will get as it will be outside the bracket, you can write it like this, and if we multiply it psi x into psi y, psi x into psi y d tau plus psi y into psi x plus psi y into psi y is equal to 1. Now it is also given that this atomic orbital psi x and psi y is also normalized atomic orbitals. That means we can write that psi x into psi x, that is psi x square, is equal to 1. It is 1 plus this psi x into psi y is the overlap integral between these two atomic orbitals psi x and psi y. This is the overlap integral. We have to calculate the value of this overlap integral, and if we write it like CS, then in place of this cs, and it is also a overlap integral of psi x and psi y. You can also write it at cs, and psi y into psi y is equal to 1. If we sum up this value and take 2 common outside the bracket, then it will be plus cs. Now if we solve this equation, we can write it like this, and if we calculate this value, we will get it as 1.59. That is the value will come out as 0.59. It is only 0.594, that is it is 0.594. That is the overlap integral between these two atomic orbitals psi x and psi y is 0.59. This question came in GATE 2018 for 1 mark. It is a little difficult question, and you have to apply some trick to solve it easily, since it is just asked for 1 mark. And you will see here that it is given as the spherical harmonic eigenfunction psi lm theta phi with appropriate values of l and m is an eigenfunction of Lx square plus Ly square. These are the angular momentum operator, and the corresponding eigenvalue we have to calculate. Now if you try to solve this question by using the eigenfunction, the formula of eigenfunction, and if you operate the operator, angular momentum operator, on this eigenfunction, you can calculate the value, but it will be very difficult and very laborious work. So you have to apply some trick, and to apply that trick you have to know some quantum mechanical formula. That is L, that is angular momentum quantum number, is a summation of the 3 angular momentum quantum number along 3 different axes, and the square of this L is a summation of the square of the angular momentum along different axes, and L is equal to root over L into L plus 1 into H cross. This formula we can get from molecular spectroscopy, and another formula, that is Lz is equal to m into H cross. We can get this formula from EPR spectroscopy. Now if we put the value of L square from this formula and the value of Lz, we can calculate the value of summation of Lx square plus Ly square. That is the value of the operator that we have to apply on the spherical harmonic eigenfunction. That is here Lx square plus Ly square is equal to L square minus Lz square. If we put the value of L square, we will get this, and if we put the value of Lz, that is m square H cross square, that is the value of this is this term. Now if we operate this operator on on this spherical harmonic eigenfunction. Now since here we can see that all the values are constant, that means if we operate this operator on the eigenfunction, we will end up getting this value with the eigenfunction, since here all the values are constant parameter. If we operate on psi lm theta phi, we can put in place of Lx square plus Ly square this value into psi L m theta phi. That is, we can see that we can transform it in the form that operator operating on a eigenfunction is equal to eigenvalue into the same operator. Here the eigenvalue is this value. That means we can say that the eigenvalue for operating this operator on the harmonic eigenfunction, spherical harmonic eigenfunction, is this value, L into L plus 1 minus m square into h cross square. That is option number A is the correct answer. That we have to know this equation, that is quantum mechanical equation, and if we know this equation then we can easily solve this question. The next question came in GATE 2019 for 2 marks. It is also some difficult question and you cannot solve it through straightforward way, and you have to apply some trick, that is some formulae or equation. It is given that the wave function of an one-dimensional system is like this, and in an experiment measuring the momentum of the system, one of the expected outcome is which one among these 4 options. That means in measuring the momentum of the system, that means we have to operate the momentum operator on this eigenfunction, and we have to see the outcome of that operation. That means the momentum operator is minus I h cross d dx, and if you apply this operator on the given wave function, then you will get that after the first differentiation you will get the cos kx term, and it will become very difficult to convert the whole equation, that is the term you get cos kx, in the form that is it is psi. You have to convert this equation px momentum operator operating on the eigenfunction is equal to eigenvalue multiplied by the eigenfunction. Then you can get the value of momentum operator, and if you just apply this operator on the given wave function, and the solution will become very difficult and it will take lots of time. So you have to use some trick, that is you have to convert this sin kx term in the form of exponential term, and we know that e to the power I kx is equal to cos kx plus I sin kx. It is some mathematical equation, and e to the minus I kx is equal to cos kx minus I sin kx. Now from these two equations, if we subtract this equation from this first equation, we will get that 2I sin kx is equal to minus I kx. That is, we can get the value of sin kx from this, and that is by 2I. Now if we put this value in this equation, then the equation will become as sin, in place of sin kx we are writing this, we have to multiply this term with e to the power 3I kx. That means we can write e to the power 4I kx divided by 2I plus e to the power, here we are just subtracting, so it will be minus e to the ikx minus e to the minus ikx. So it will be e to the minus 3 ikx minus ikx, that is 2 ikx divided by 2I. And if we write the equation for px, that is minus IH cross ddx, and we have to just operate this ddx, that is we have to just differentiate this two term with ddx, and we will get as 4ik divided by 2I into e to the power 4ikx minus IH cross, and here is minus this 2I. We are just bringing this minus IH cross within this bracket, so it will come as minus IH cross, and here is minus, so it is as minus. So if you multiply this term with minus IH cross, that will be 4 minus 4I square KH cross, the 4IKX divided by 2I. This 2I square KH cross minus 2I square KH cross. Sorry. We are multiplying this term with minus IH cross, that is 4I square KH cross minus into e to the 4IKX divided by 2I. It is minus, we are multiplying this term 2I square KH cross, it will be minus divided by into e to the power 2IKX divided by 2I. In place of I square we can put minus 1, that is 4kh cross into e to the power 4ikx divided by 2I, and here the value of I square is minus 1, so it is 2ikx divided by 2I. Now here we are writing this equation, writing this formula here also. Now if we compare these two equations, then we can say, that is we can write it in the form of px e to the 4ikx divided by 2I. It is the eigenfunction. It is similar to the eigenvalue into this same eigenfunction. That is, one of the expected outcomes is 4kh cross, and the another outcome is, I am writing this equation here, it will be minus e to the power 2ikx divided by 2I, that is 2kh cross divided by 2ikx divided by 2I. That is, the here minus minus will be cancelled out, so the another outcome is 2kh cross. One outcome is 4kh cross and another outcome is 2kh cross. Now among the given options we can see that there is only 2kh cross is given, no 4kh cross, the other outcome is not given, and you have to just say about the one of the expected outcomes of operating the momentum operator on the given eigenfunction. So we can say that this is the one of the outcomes, 2kh cross. Now let's see the last question of this discussion. This question came in GATE 2019 for 2 marks. It is also a little difficult question. It is given as alpha sx sy minus sy sx into alpha is equal to I h cross square into a, where sx and sy are spin angular momentum operators, and alpha is spin up eigenfunction. Then we have to calculate the value of A. To solve this equation, we have to know some quantum mechanical formula, that is the angular momentum operator Lx, Ly and Lz. The relation among them is, we know that Lx commutator of Lx Ly is equal to IH cross Lz. Similarly, Ly Lz commutator is equal to IH cross Lx, and commutator of Lz and Lx is equal to IH cross Ly. And similarly, the commutator of Sx, that is spin angular operator Sx and Sy, is equal to IH cross Sz. And similarly, for spin angular momentum operators, if we write the commutator for Sy and Sz, it will be IH cross Sx, and for Sz and Sx it will be IH cross Sy. Now in the given question, it is given as Sx into Sy minus Sy into Sx, that is, in place of this we can write it as commutator of Sx and Sy. That is, in place of that we can write commutator of Sx and Sy. And Sx, a commutator of Sx Sy is IH cross Sz. We can write, if we bring the IH cross out of the box, then it will be Sz alpha. Now we have to know another thing, that if Sx spin angular momentum operator operates on spin up eigenfunction, then the value will be half h cross spin up eigenfunction, and if it operates on spin down eigenfunction, then it will be minus half h cross spin down eigenfunction. Since here Sz operates, it is also applicable for Sy and Sz also. Here Sz operates on spin up eigenfunction, that means we can write in place of this, that is half h cross spin up, and if we bring the half h cross out of the box, then it will be, now since this will normalize wave function, that means in place of this we can write it 1, that is I h cross square by 2, and it is 1. That means we can write that I h cross square into 0.5, and it is given the value of this term is equal to I h cross square into A. It is given according to the question. That means we can say that the value of A is equal to 0.5 or half, that is, the value is 0.5. Is it okay? So that's all for this lecture. If you like this, then please share it, and please subscribe to my channel, because your support will motivate us to make such interesting videos in future. Thank you.